What up, everybody? Blaze One Sports, and today we're going to talk about the dream matchup that everybody's been talking about. Everybody's been hyping it up: Nate Diaz versus Tony Ferguson. Now, of course, nothing's official yet. They haven't even started talking about it. The fighters and the Dana and everybody, but all the fight fans, everybody's hyping it up. Tony Ferguson has been calling Nate Diaz out for years, and Nate Diaz coming off his recent loss this weekend. Tony Ferguson was talking trash on Twitter and everything, and everyone's saying like, yeah, they're stirring the pot to get the fight going. Nate Diaz didn't respond. Cesar Gracie was asked if Damon Maya was a reasonable next opponent because Damon Maya called out Nate Diaz recently. Damon Maya said he wants his last fight to be against Nate Diaz. But Cesar Gracie said no, that the fight doesn't make any sense. That fight's not going to happen. Cesar Gracie said that Nate Diaz wants the Conor trilogy next. So that makes me think he wants that last fight and then he's going to retire. Makes sense. For the Diaz brothers, Nate's 36 years old. He doesn't want to fight forever. But I think Nate Diaz should save that Conor fight for his last fight, unless Conor doesn't plan on sticking around much longer. Because Nate definitely has a couple fights left in him, and Nate Diaz versus Tony Ferguson would be a way better fight than Nate Diaz versus Conor for the third time. Even though I want to see Nate Diaz Conor trilogy, I'd rather see Nate Diaz versus Tony Ferguson more. And that would be a great fight. All the fans are calling for it. All the MMA fans, even the people around the sport, like the announcers, people involved in MMA. Everyone wants to see this fight. It would be an epic fight, a barn burner. Both fighters come to fight. Both fighters, are good at wrestling and jiu-jitsu, but they like to throw hands, and they'll meet at the center of the ring. They'll box. They'll get bloody. It'll be an epic fight. That's why everybody wants to see it. Both fighters are warriors. They come to fight every time. Tony Ferguson's on a 3-fight losing streak, so maybe this fight will, get him going. He'll definitely come up. He'll come to fight in this fight. This fight could rejuvenate him. If Nate Diaz wants to fight, he'll show up and they'll both fight. But I haven't heard anything about Nate saying responding to Tony Ferguson's callouts. Like I said, Ferguson's been calling Nate out for years. This fight should happen before Nate should save the Conor trilogy for last. He should fight Ferguson, maybe another fight or two, and then fight Conor. So what do you guys think about that? Cesar Gracie said no to Damian Maya, and he's kind of saying no to Ferguson. He really hasn't said no, but he said they're eyeing the Conor trilogy next, which makes me think that will probably be his last fight. And then maybe go into boxing, fight Jake Paul. Jake Paul wants to fight him. He might as well go and fight Jake Paul in an exhibition match and make 20, 30, 40 million dollars. Might as well do that. So maybe he wants to fight Conor, get that payday, go fight Jake Paul, and then leave. But the Tony Ferguson fight would be most epic, and I hope we get that fight. That could be, one of the greatest fights in UFC history. Has potential. Like I said, El Kakui's coming off a 3-fight losing streak. Before that, he was on an epic winning streak. Nate Diaz lost his last 2 fights, but then he won the fight before that against Anthony Pettis. Both fighters are around the same age. Tony Ferguson's 1 year older. He's 37. Nate's 36. They're both 6 foot, but Nate's 170 and El Kakui's 155. And Nate said he's not fighting at lightweight no more, so if they fight, this fight will take place at welterweight. Nate's coming off his loss to Leon Edwards. Nate lost 4.5 rounds to Leon, but in the last minute or two of the last half of the round, 5th round, Nate started to put on Leon, and Nate almost knocked out Leon. So because of that, people are saying Leon lost his title shot even though he won. And by Nate Diaz almost knocking Leon Edwards out at the end of the fight, even though Nate Diaz lost, it makes it look like Nate won because he's getting all the hype like he won. Everybody's acting like he won. So once again, the Diaz brothers pull out whatever they do, and they're out, even in the loss, they come out on top. So Nate Diaz is still hot like he always is. He's a hot name in the fight game. He should be capitalizing on this. Getting all the money, fight Jake Paul, fight El Kakui, and then cash out with Connor while you're hot. So Nate just lost this last weekend, but like I said, almost knocked out Leon at the end of the fight, so it's looking like a win for him. Everybody's hyping him up. Cesar Gracie wants the Connor trilogy, but the fans want El Kakui. Both fighters coming off a loss. Both fighters are available. Both fighters are healthy and ready to go. This fight will be epic. Make it Halloween night or something. Main event, 5 rounds. I will definitely be buying this fight. So what do you guys think? Will this fight happen? Do you guys want to see this fight happen? Do you want to see Nate fight someone else like and I forgot who the UFC someone called him out, some like no name fighter, or some fighters got a name to fans, but he's not gonna be drawing any pay-per-view buys or anything. So this point of the game, the Diaz brothers only need to fight legends. Legend fights, it makes sense. I hate the UFC making legends fight these up and coming like Anderson Silva against Uriah Hall, and then they just feeding these old legends to these young fighters. It's just pretty stupid matchmaking. So at this point of their career, both these fighters, they just need legend fights. Both coming off a loss. Both styles are pretty much the same style. It would be an epic fight. Everybody wants to see it. So what do you guys think? Should they fight next? If this fight's announced, will you watch it? Or do you want to see these two guys fight somebody else? Thoughts, comments, questions, opinions in the comment section. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Blaze One Sports out.